We got about 3 more seconds to go. Looks like we've got another win. There we go. That's 3 wins in a row with the 3-bar strike. Hey everybody, Mark here. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. How would you like to have a 90% win rate? What would that be like? Well, I've got a strategy to share with you. This is something that we've had on the channel before, and this is called the 3-bar strike. Now, we've made an improvement on this strategy. We had a member reach out to me and he said, Mark, you got to check this out. Your 3-bar strike is great, but I've got some better ideas and some other strategies that you can apply to make the strategy even better. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But does it really have a 90% win rate? And that's what we're going to find out. We'll also be using the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager, which is a highly sophisticated, very advanced trade manager with mathematical calculations that allows you to win even if you have losses. And so it's pretty incredible. This is available to all of the VIP members that belong to our private Telegram group. And so we're going to be using this right on this video and with this strategy so you guys can see it work. Let me just go ahead and start and show you and share with you exactly how this strategy works. So let's go over here. I have some screenshots for you. Now, what you're looking for is 3 candles that are the same color, going in one direction or the other. So if it's green candles, you want the price to be moving up. And all 3 of these candles must have a pretty decent sized body, something that would look like this. And then when the 3rd candle closes, that's when you're going to enter. And if this is a green candle, you are going to enter and trade in the opposite direction. So if it's green, right when it closes, you are going to enter a sell. Okay. Now, if this is going the other way, if this is if it's a downward trend and you have 3 red candles, well, when you have the close of the 3rd red candle, you're going to go in for a buy. All right. Now, if you go in for a buy, let's just say, let me grab some other examples here. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And as soon as that closed, you can see right here or right when the next candle appears, you go into the trade. And in this case, we would go in for a sell. Now, if this goes against us, okay, if this continues to go up and we have a 4th green candle, you can enter again in the opposite direction. But the rule is you only want to do 2 losses in a row. So if you lose the first one after the first green candle, after the 3rd green candle closes, if that's a loss after you enter, you can wait for the 4th green candle to close. And then if you enter and if you have another loss, that's 2 losses in a row. And now it's time to stop and look for a different chart and wait for a new setup. So you're not going to continue trading if, you're not going to have, multiple losses out of the same setup. You are going to look for an entirely new setup on the chart before you enter again. You're going to browse through and look for a new setup, maybe something that looks like this, and then go ahead and try again. Now, if we use the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager with this strategy, it is going to be very difficult to lose. Because the trade manager allows you to win, even if you have losses, even if you have multiple consecutive losses in a row, you can still come out in profit. You would only have to have maybe a 20% win rate or better. But this strategy is so highly effective, we could win regardless, right? But it's still a good idea to play it safe. And I don't recommend martingale because that's super risky and you could blow your entire account after maybe only 5 losses in a row. And we simply don't want to go down that route. So what we're going to do right now, let's set everything up. And you may have noticed, but there's no indicators whatsoever. That's one of the great things about this It's super clean. You've got nice, clear charts to work with, but there's a couple things that I wanted to go over here. And this can be optional for you. The strategy itself, the original strategy, the way it was made, it was designed to be used with a 1-minute time frame and a 1-minute expiry. So 1 minute for both, and also using the regular candles. Okay, so to make sure that's selected. Now, as an alternative, if you are looking for more setups, you can set the charts to 30 seconds. So you can set this time frame to S30, but what you must do if you do that, you must make sure to come over to the expiry time and also change this to 30 seconds as well. Okay, so just wanted to put that out there. And then of course, if you are trading underneath a 1-minute expiry, you will need to use the OTC pairs inside a pocket option. Okay, so that will be required. All right, so let's go ahead and run this strategy and try this out. I'm going to be removing some of these assets that I have up here that are paying out below 90%. Let's go ahead and add some new ones here because we want plenty of opportunities to work with. And so we're still, well, we're actually on the 30 second. Let's try the 1-minute charts first. And this is going to take me a little bit of time to find different setups. Okay, it's just going to take a little bit longer. However, it's worth it because the strategy itself has a pretty high win rate. Okay, so let's go ahead and look for our first setup. And for the first couple setups, I might pause the video and fast forward a little bit to speed up this whole process so you guys are not waiting so long between each trade. But I will go through here in real time and let's find a trade, or let's find a proper setup before we enter. Now, I wanted to also point out, guys, the way it works is the 3 candles here, like this is a great example. It must have a red candle or the opposite color in front of it. So we've got this red, and then once we have a green, then that's when we start counting. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. So we've got 3 bars, all are the same colors. Now, if this holds and it doesn't flip on us, then I will go ahead and enter the trade. But before that 9 seconds, what I'm going to do is enter the trade amount of 109 that the trade manager gives me. We've got 1 more second. I went ahead and entered the trade. Did you see that? So I did that very quickly. I was a little late entering in the correct trade amount there. Inside of the trade manager, the first step on what you're going to want to do is enter in your initial capital. You can customize the settings to fit your risk level. And the trade manager will give you the trade amounts for you. So you don't even have to think about it. You don't have to wonder, what am I supposed to enter into pocket option to stay profitable? The trade manager takes care of all that for you. So the first trade amount was 109, and we still have about 23 seconds to go. And let's see if we can make a win off of this first trade. So real exciting, guys. So I don't really do a lot of 1-minute trading on these videos because they do typically take a little bit longer. But so far, this one looks pretty good. It could flip back. We're still not in the clear yet, but we've got 1 more second to go, and that is a win. So we've won the first trade with the 3-bar strike. Let's go over to the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager, and we can just mark this as a win. Of course, the next trade size is under $1, and since we can't trade less than $1 with pocket option, I will go ahead and consider this session completed. And now let's enter our new balance. So that'll be 301 over here on the Trade Manager, 301. And our goal here is to earn somewhere around 0.4% for every session that we do. How many sessions can we do? Well, we can do multiple sessions per hour. We have members earning anywhere from 5% per day, as much as 500% per day. I know that sounds crazy. Results are not typical, but if you guys want to see the screenshots and the reviews from the members inside of our group, I've left the link down below in the description. You can click on that Telegram link, and that will lead you over to you so you guys can see the testimonials and check out the feedback. So let's take a look right here. We've got a little bit of a pancake candle, kind of an indecisive candle, but it's For this video, we may go ahead and enter the trade. Typically, I like to see a little bit larger body of that first candle. We've got about 40 more seconds to go. Let's come back to this and see if we've got anything else out there on the charts. That looks like it might be turning into something. Here's one right here. We've got 1, 2, 3, right? 3 bars, all the same color, going at a little bit of an uptrend there. This looks like we could have an opportunity here, guys. And so let's make sure on the trade manager, we're working with a trade amount of 109. And everything looks good. We've got about 11 more seconds to go. When this closes, I will be going in for a sell. Okay. Now, if we have a loss, then that's okay because, whoops, I went in 2 times on that. It happens, guys. That's a little crazy. I've never made that mistake on my YouTube channel before. So that is a first. That is a first. I've seen other people do it on YouTube, but that's going to be a first for me. I do not recommend to do that. Only one trade at a time. Okay, so it looks like so far so good. We have the price pushing down after these 3 green candles in a row. Okay. And so far, so good. Everything has been working out. Does it really have a 90% win rate? Well, we'll see. Let's just keep doing this. Let's just keep going for you guys. 1 more second to go, and we've got 2 in a row with the 3-bar strike. That is excellent. And now the profit, the account's going to be a little bit different. So here's what I'm going to do. We're just going to enter in the current balance that I have, which is 303. And now the trade manager says the first trade amount for this session, for this next session, is going to be $1.10. So you can see how this is starting to compound. We've had members that have turned, $400 into over $2,000 in 30 days. We've got lots of different screenshots in the testimonials group down below. But I'm going to change this amount here to $1.10. And yep, looks like we're all set up, ready to go. So let's go ahead and look for the next setup. We've got 1, 2, 3. This second candle here looks a bit weak. If we get a strong push down from this third red candle, maybe I'll consider that a good setup. But right now, as it is, it looks like that's a bit undecided or indecisive. So let's go ahead and move on to a different chart because we've got so many opportunities, guys. We can just keep flipping through here. You don't have to stay on the same chart or the same pair if you don't want to. There's always going to be something out here in the market. Look how this has played out. 1, 2, 3, 3 bars, and then selling right here as soon as that candle closes. Look how well that worked out. So this has been a really good strategy so far, but we've only had 2 trades. That looks like it could have been a win. Let's go, or I don't know if it could be a win, but let's go ahead and enter and try this and see what happens, because if we do have a loss, what do we do? And one thing that you can do before that loss happens, here's something that you can do. So you can come over to the trade manager and mark this as a loss, even before you know it's a loss, and get the next trade amount right away, which is 206. And now you are prepared to enter another trade. So remember, it's only 2 losses per setup. If you lose those 2 in a row, then it's time to look, on a different chart and to restart the setup completely. Okay. So hope that makes sense, guys. This is why I like to actually do the trading right here in front of you, because I want all of you guys to get this. We've got about 3 more seconds to go. Looks like we've got another win. There we go. That's 3 wins in a row with the 3-bar strike. That is awesome. So let's just, well, we don't have to mark this as a win. I can just go ahead and restart the session. Let's check out our new balance. So that's 304.01 cents over here. So 304. So far it's been 100% win rate, right? And of course, we've only done 3 trades. We would have to do many more trades. I would say to really put a win rate on a strategy, you really got to do like 50 or 100 trades or something like that. Most of the trades we do come out to be around 50%, although we do have trades that are just a little bit more. So it really depends. Some strategies just work better in different markets. You know, we've got the stock markets, we've got the, you know, cryptocurrencies inside a pocket option. So it really just depends. So the next trade amount, we're going to start this session over again. So we've got $1.10. Let's just keep going. You know, if we're already winning, we're already in profit. This is a game changer. I mean, this is just a no-brainer. This particular strategy with the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager, you guys are all set, man. I'm telling you. We've already got members doing this strategy already in the group, seeing extraordinary results. Oh, that had a lot of wicks on it. Something like this, I may go ahead and stay out of. If we're getting the same color bars, but it's kind of going sideways, I'm probably going to go ahead and pass. Looks like something kind of happened here, but these candles are a little bit small. Even though we had that new candle appear as a red candle, it's not something really ideal. I would have probably have much preferred to take a trade with candles looking more like this, having those much larger bodies. So I'm just kind of going through here. I'm going to keep recording here for you guys just so you can hear kind of like my thought process behind when I'm looking for setups. Here's one. So we've got the red here, okay? And then we have a green after that, and another green, which is candle number 2, and then we have candle number 3. Now this third candle must hold its shape, okay? It must maintain a pretty good medium-sized body for me to think about entering the trade. However, if this flips or if it turns into an indecisive candle, I'm probably just going to pass and I'm not going to enter. And of course, that looks like that's exactly what it did right there. So now it could turn around, but at this point, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Well, it looks like it's going back up again, or maybe it's trying to come down, and that may work out in our favor because if we do enter a sell, and we've got about 4 more seconds to go, let's go ahead and do this. 1 more second, let's go ahead and enter. And then what I'll do, remember, let's go ahead and mark this as a loss, even though it's not a loss yet, but we want the next trade amount, which is going to be 207. Great, so I'm all ready to go. If it does, if we do have a loss, I'm all ready to enter another position here. So far, we've got about 37 seconds, 36 seconds to go. And let's just go ahead and wait this out. Maybe we'll have 4 wins in a row. That'd be pretty cool, huh? 25 more seconds on this trade. And I would probably recommend only taking 1 trade at a time, okay, to also avoid over trading, which is another thing that the trade manager helps you avoid. We've got about 4 more seconds to go, guys. It looks like it's going to be indecisive, and this is coming out as at a loss. But look what happens immediately after the 4th candle closes. I will go ahead and enter again. I will take another sell. And because I had the trade amount already set up, ready to go, that I was prepared to enter again. Now, if this is a loss, if this is also a loss, then I will go ahead and wrap up this chart, wrap up this setup, and start with an entirely new setup inside a pocket option and go ahead and start over again. So let's go ahead and wait this out. That was a pretty good push there. So this may not go in our favor, but that's all right. And so if this does end up a loss, then what we're going to do is enter the loss over here, and then the trade manager will give us the next amount. Okay, so we've got about 5 more seconds. Look like this is going to be 2 losses in a row, guys. So 2 more seconds to go, and there it is. So now we do not keep trading, right? We're just going to look for a different setup. But before we do that, let's make sure that we have the right trade amount that the trade manager gives us, which is going to be 384. So over here, let's put that in, 384. And let's go ahead and look around and see what else we got. So we got 1, 2, 3. This first one is a bit indecisive. I would like to see that a little bit bigger there. Let's come back to that and see if there's anything else here that looks a little bit tasty, something that we can get into. Oh, that looks like a nice 4-bar. Okay. This one kind of played out pretty well. We got 1, 2, 3. The first one was indecisive, but hey, it's still a green candle. It's still a green bar. Okay, one more second. I'm going to go ahead and enter, guys. We're entering with an amount of $3.84, which is going to be our third trade inside of the trade manager. Let's go ahead and mark this as a loss and enter in the next trade amount, which is going to be 701. Great. So no stress, everything's good. We've got about 37 seconds to go, and let's just see what happens, guys. It could be a win, could be a loss, who knows? Overall, I still like the strategy, and I think it works. You know, it could work better on some days than others, but for the most part, it's been pretty solid. So we got about 16 more seconds. Ooh, a little bit of a flip there. But that's okay. Looks like it's trying to come back after it's kind of came down. Looks like we got a little bit of an upward trend. We've got 3 more seconds to go. Let's see. Oh, there it is. And we got a win on the 3-bar strike. Back over here on the trade manager. Let's go ahead and mark this as a win, so it was not a loss. And of course, the next trade amount is under $1. So what does that mean, guys? We can consider this session completed. We can click on the little reset button here, reset everything out. Let's go back over to Pocket Option, check out our new balance of 304.37, which is pretty close to what we already had up here. If you guys want to stay in profit and you don't want to have to worry about making up for losses, which is a very common thing that I see out there with trading, especially in binary options, you can really get carried away clicking on the buy and sell buttons very rapidly. But the problem is that what I see most of the time, I see accounts that are going up and down, but they are not compounding their account where they see that consistent growth, where their accounts are just, you know, they're just going up and up and up. And I'll post some screenshots here from some of the members inside of our private group. As soon as they started using the trade manager, their accounts totally transformed. They were going sideways, or they were having multiple losses. As a matter of fact, we've had members that have never been profitable ever in 3 years until they've joined the group and until they started using the manager, and their results have just totally transformed. I mean, my mind is blown even. So really, really exciting stuff. Check out the 3-bar strike. This is an incredible strategy. It's going to give you around that range, possibly maybe something around an 80% win rate. Could be a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. You'll just have to try it out for yourself. I wish all of you the best of success with your trading, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care. Hey everybody, Mark here. I have a question for you. Are you struggling to become profitable with binary options? Does it seem like no matter how many wins you get, your account balance is either going down or it just seems to stay in the same spot? Well, I've got a solution for you. It's called the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager, and it gives you the potential to make between 5 and 10% on your account every day. You could have multiple losses in a row and still come out profitable. And you guys know that, having proper risk management is your key to success with trading. And this trade manager gives you that edge that you need. So join the VIP Telegram group now and get access to all my premium calculators and spreadsheets. Now's the time. It's time to take your trading to the next level. You'll find the link below in the description of this video. Have a good day.